LeftBurst here, and today I'm gonna do an episode review slash reenactment of the newest Beyblade Burst Turbo episode, or Chozy episode, or whatever you want to call it. It has like a billion names. I don't know why there's so many names for like one series of Beyblade. You got like Turbo, then you got Super Z, then you got Chozy. It's very confusing. Chozetsu. Anyway, let me get back on topic. Let me not rant right now. I can rant about that later. Today I'm doing a review of episode 40 of the Beyblade Burst Turbo anime, and overall I enjoyed this episode. I liked the ending part of the episode, the battle part, a bit more than the beginning part. For the beginning part, it was kind of cool. It was kind of fun to watch. So yeah, overall, this episode was pretty great. And before I start the review, let me just throw out a quick spoiler warning. You think that'd be kind of self-explanatory, but you'd be surprised. The comments tell me otherwise. Apparently, reviews, you're not supposed to give spoilers or whatever. Anyway, let me just get this started. Actually, before I start reviewing this amazing episode, episode 40, let me just tell you guys what happened in episode 39. Now, basically, all that happened in episode 39, or the important stuff that happened in episode 39, was there was an amazing battle between Hearts and Aiga. And of course, Aiga, this is his first time using his new Beyblade, Chozy Achilles, in kind of like an official setting. And because Beyblades just like that, seems like whenever someone gets a new Beyblade, they seem like super overpowered. Because that's a trend in Beyblade Burst, Aiga is able to finally beat Hearts. And I mean, it's about time. Like, this is his third time, I think, battling Hearts. He lost to Hearts 2 times in a row, and he's finally able to defeat him when he gets the new Beyblade. And yeah, that's basically where the last episode ended off. Where this episode starts is Aiga's friends, you know, like Fubuki, Ranjaro and Ranjaro's like little henchmen or whatever. They're all like congratulating Aiga. They're like, "Oh, you did so well! Congratulations! You're such a good blader!" And of course, Aiga, being the guy he is, it goes to his head. He's like bragging. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm such a good blader. I'm so awesome." And his friends are like, "You know what? I take back your compliments. You're being a jerk. I don't like you anymore." Anyway, so yeah, while Aiga's friends are like arguing and yelling at Aiga, guess who comes in the air, flying on a hang glider from like the middle of nowhere. He just comes flying out of nowhere. And the funny thing is, of course, the person's Kitt Lopez, because he owns Air Knight, and Air Knight's kind of like the flying Beyblade. That's his gimmick, so he's like flying on a hang glider. Get it? Funny. Anyway, so what's funny is that he appears out of nowhere flying on a hang glider, but literally not too long ago. I'm guessing this scene was like literally right after Aiga beat Hearts, because they're standing outside of the place the battle is held, and Kitt was at the place watching the battle happen. So it seems like right when the battle ended, Kitt had to like run out of the building where the battle is held, go up to a mountain and hang glide, and just go straight towards them, just to show that he's a cool kid, to get like a cool I don't know, entrance or appearance or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, Kitt comes out of nowhere, flying on a hang glider. He lands in a really cool pose, kind of like a JoJo pose. And what I find funny about this scene is, look at the hang glider. It's literally like flying out of nowhere. He literally just jumps off the hang glider and lets the hang glider fly like across the whole like city. Like, where's that hang glider going? Where's it gonna land? It's probably gonna land in like a tree or something and break or whatever. Yeah, Kitt's not very responsible with that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, Kitt makes his amazing entrance, jumps off a hang glider, JoJo pose, amazing, and then he shows Aiga his Beyblade. He's like, "Here's my Beyblade, Air Knight," and he challenges Aiga to a battle. And for some reason, when Kitt does this, a giant gust of wind just blows by them. It's like Kitt has this magic power where he's just like, he can just summon wind, he can just summon air. He's like, "You know what, air, when I make an entrance, air's just gonna go, it's gonna fly past me, it's gonna make this really cool scene." So yeah, that happens, and air hits like Aiga and his friends. And look at Aiga, he's like really irritated by the air. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I hate the air." Fubuki's also like, "Oh, what's with this strong wind?" But look at like Ranjaro's henchman right there, the girl. She just doesn't care. She's like, "You know what, whatever." And I found that kind of funny. Anyway, so yeah, when Kitt Lopez landed from his hang glider, he challenged Aiga to a battle, and of course, Aiga being Aiga, he accepts Kitt's battle, and he's like, "I'm gonna crush you with my new Beyblade, Chozy Achilles." And we get this really cool scene where they're kind of just standing off, like just looking at each other menacingly. And of course, because they're both pretty famous bladers, I guess Because I remember in the Dual Layer series, like, Beyblade, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it was just a middle school thing. It was like the little play toy. It's like how it is nowadays, like, just middle schoolers battling with Beyblades. There's, like, a regional tournament that's, like, not so big. But it's like, it's just playing with toys. But in the God series, it got more intense. There's, like, it's on the news and stuff. And now in the Chozy series, it seems like they're, like, celebrities. Like, everything they do, every time they challenge someone, they appear on the news. So, yeah, that's what happens. This challenge appeared on the news. And it looks like everyone from BC Soul saw this, Volt saw this, of course the owner of BC Soul saw this, I forget her name, oh Chris, yeah, Chris saw that, and the grandpa, who's like the Beyblade trainer, also saw that. And they're kind of excited to see this battle. Anyway, while this is, no. After that, we cut to a scene of, I think this is like a day later, where Kitt is kind of like thinking about his battle between Aiga that's gonna happen. And while he's thinking about battling Aiga, he thinks back to when he was training against Volt, back when Volt went to BC Soul. You know, I'm guessing Kitt is still a part of BC Soul. He's been a part of BC Soul for the longest time. So he's of course been training with people like Volt and people like Free, so I'm guessing he should be good. Another thing I want to mention is that for the Chozy anime, I feel like they're doing Kitt right. Like, this is how Toko should have been. Toko should have been that character, like, oh, I remember Toko. He was like that weakling from season 1. He comes back season 3, and he's just amazing. They should have just made him crazy good, given him Chozy Bay, but that's not what happened. I feel like Takara Tomy got a lot of complaints for that. They're like, why didn't you make Toko good? Like, I'm so mad. I really want Toko to be good. So when they made Kitt, they were like, you know what? We're gonna make this character super overpowered. We're gonna give him a Chozy Bay. We're gonna do, like, everything for him. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know why I went sidetrack off that. I just thought that Kitt and, like, Toko had a lot of parallels. Anyway, so yeah, Kitt has this, memory, or this memory of when he was battling Volt for this first time, when Volt first got Winning Valkyrie. So yeah, he's battling Winning Valkyrie, and it looks like at this time he also had his own Chozy Bay, Air Knight, and of course, Volt being Volt, he destroys Air Knight with Winning Valkyrie, and Kitt at first seems really depressed about it. He's really sad. He's like, how did I lose to Volt? Which, it's like, how did I lose to the best player in the world? I suck. Like, you don't suck if you lose to the best player in the world. Volt's literally, at the time at least, they're doing this battle, he's been number 1 for 2 years. You shouldn't get depressed about losing to him. Anyway, so yeah, Kitt is like really mad, really frustrated that he lost to Volt, but Volt, being the good guy that he is, he goes up, he picks up Air Knight, and he's like, you and Air Knight, you make like a really good team. Like, you guys, if you keep on training, one day you'll definitely surpass me. And that kind of like encourages Kitt, and makes him, I don't know, just encourages him, kind of gives him some motivation. Anyway, so after that, after like having that, I don't know, flashback or whatever, Kitt jumps to Ranjaro and Aiga. At this time, Ranjaro and Aiga are battling, so Kitt goes, he jumps down to see them, and he asks Aiga if he wants to train, because of course, Kitt's kind of like motivated right now. He really wants to train, and he wants to train with Aiga to help him get better, or I think, or maybe not, I'm not sure what's happening here. I'm gonna talk about it later. Anyway, so yeah, what happens is Kitt goes up to train, and I guess Kitt's extent of training is like going on his hang glider and just like hand gliding or whatever. So yeah, while they're doing that, Aiga is also on the ground running, because Aiga doesn't know how to use a hang glider, I guess, or he doesn't own a hang glider. So Aiga's form of training is running, so they're just running. So Aiga's running, Kitt's like kind of hang gliding, and while Aiga's running, Kitt has this kind of flashback of Free, because he remembers Free back when he was training at BC Soul, and the thing that Free did was that Free was like intense with his training. He used to always train on like he used to always do like pull-ups and stuff on the trees and stuff, and he used to always do this crazy thing where he took like a giant rock. He used to be able to move that giant rock across this like very like desert buried landscape, and it was crazy. Look how big this rock is. How many Frees do you think you can fit in that rock? That rock probably weighs like 1,000,000 tons. Like, I have no, if this was an anime, they'd probably die. They'd probably like pull their shoulders. There's no way anyone could pull that rock, especially those two. Like, look how scrawny they are. Anyway, so yeah, Kitt thought back to Free's training, and because of that, he gets off his hang glider and he joins Aiga in running. And I guess at this time they keep on running. They're kind of like racing each other, and by the time they finish running, they're at Aiga's house. So like, I'm not really sure what happened here. I think, of course, I don't know all the details because I don't speak Japanese, but I think what I can get from this is that Kitt went down like at this scene right here, Kitt went down and asked Aiga if they could go to Aiga's house and kind of make a new part for him, make his Beyblade even better. And of course, Aiga agrees, and I guess that's where all this training scene comes from. Anyway, so yeah, they end up at Aiga's house super exhausted with the, of course, amazing Achilles statue behind them. Alright, so yeah, when they arrive, Aiga introduces Kitt to his parents, his mother and his father, of course. His father checks out Air Knight to see if there's anything that he can approve on it. And of course, his father says, hey, your Beyblade doesn't have a frame. Why don't you guys go and make yourself a frame? So that's what Aiga and Kitt do. They take the new... They make their own frame, and the frame, of course, is expand. So it looks like before this, Air Knight didn't really have a frame. It was frameless, it just had the 12 disc. And yeah, so Aiga and Kitt both make the frame, and they put it on Air Knight. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Aiga, that's not really the smartest move, because literally Kitt's about to battle you the next day, so it's not really smart to help your opponent and make him like a new part for his Beyblade that's gonna make him even more overpowered. That's just like, I don't know, that's just not very smart, but you know, Aiga's Aiga, so like whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the next scene, we cut to the next day, and the next day they're at the stadium, the amazing stadium. I really like the look of the stadium with all the colors and stuff and all the rings. It looks really cool. Anyway, so of course, this is gonna be a battle between Aiga and Kitt. And yeah, when Kitt first came out, it seems like Kitt is like a ladies' man. He's really popular with the ladies. Reminds me of Shu, because when Kitt showed up, all the ladies were going crazy. They're like, oh my gosh, it's Kitt Lopez, he's so attractive, or whatever. Anyway, enough talking about Kitt and whatever he is. Let's cut back to the battle. So Aiga starts off with changing his Achilles dimension driver mode to the smallest mode possible with the rubber tip exposed, and they get the battle started. And something I found kind of interesting was that Kitt has the exact same launching technique that Volt had in the beginning of the Chozi series, and the same launching technique that Aiga had, which is actually kind of cool. I kind of like that, because of course Kitt does look up to Volt. So yeah, this is his launching scheme. You know how he like puts the hand out, Volt usually like puts his launcher out, kind of screams a bit, stomps his foot, and then launches his Beyblade with as much power as he can. That's basically what Kitt did. And of course, Aiga does his weird tornado spin launch thing where he like runs and jumps in the air so we can get Chozi Achilles' ability working. So yeah, the battle starts, and of course, Aiga being Aiga, he sends the Achilles flying at Air Knight, hoping that he can just run through Air Knight and burst him right off the bat, but that, of course, doesn't happen. Air Knight uses his special ability, and I actually couldn't understand what the special ability was, because of course they were speaking in Japanese, but usually when they use their special moves, it's in English, but the Japanese accent was like super thick, I couldn't understand it. But yeah, this is Air Knight's special move, and basically what this does is, because Air Knight is like a fan, I guess it can kind of create air pressure, so he has this like ring of air around him, and it looks like Chozi Achilles can't get close to him, because every time Chozi Achilles tries to get close to him, it just gets like thrown away because of the air and stuff. So yeah, it's a really cool ability, I really like it. But of course, Aiga and Chozi Achilles, using the power of like will or something, using their willpower, they're able to use Chozi, I think this is called Zeta Slash, so they're able to use their Zeta Slash special move and kind of break through Air Knight's barrier and hit Air Knight. And you think this is the point where Aiga would just like burst and slice through Air Knight. That's usually what happens. But Air Knight actually has a second ability, which his second ability is crazy. Reminds me of another Beyblade back in the God series, Maximum Garuda. Its second ability, watch this, it literally just starts floating in the air. It just starts floating in the air, and soon enough, it's just in the air. It just jumps in the air. I don't even know how that's possible, but the Beyblade man should do that. This is anime, guys. Don't worry about it. If we actually had a Beyblade that could fly, imagine how cool that would be. That'd be amazing. A Beyblade that could fly. Like, Takara told me, you need to make that. I know that's probably like super hard to like engineer or whatever, but we really need a Beyblade that can fly. Like, you just launch, so the Beyblade's in the middle of the stadium, you launch another Beyblade at it. The second the other Beyblade makes contact with the flying Beyblade in the middle, the flying Beyblade just jumps in the air and just flying towards the ceiling. It'd be amazing. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what happens in the anime. Air Knight flies in the stadium, and it looks like Air Knight's able to stay above the stadium at least 10 seconds. It stays long enough for Chozi Achilles to run out of stamina, which is crazy. That's like insane. Anyway, so yeah, it stays long enough to outspin Chozy Achilles, and then it slowly descends really elegantly. So yeah, it looks like Kitt is able to take the first round with its amazing Air Knight. I mean, I like Air Knight in real life, but in the anime, they make Air Knight look like this amazing Beyblade that can literally fly. It's like to me, it's like Maximum Gruda, but just done cooler. It's like a really cool, it has like really cool special moves and a really cool ability, at least how it shows in the anime. Anyway, so yeah, the second battle starts, and of course Aiga changes the mode on his dimension driver. He changes it to the taller mode without the rubber sticking out, so maybe that'll give the Beyblade more attack power. And they start the battle. Aiga launches his Beyblade, and when he launches it, he's able to get the Chozy ability working. And usually, prior to this, every time Aiga launched Chozy Achilles and it was able to get the Chozy ability to work, he's usually able to win. But like, a spoiler alert, that doesn't happen this battle because Kitt is amazing. I actually really like Kitt's character. He's like really good in the anime. Anyway, so yeah, Kitt sees this and he uses his special move. This is his second special move, and I still don't know what the second special move is called either, but his second special move is really cool. So basically what his second special move does is when Chozy Achilles gets close, it sucks it in to like this kind of tornado vortex thing where Chozy Achilles can't escape. So the other special move, the first special move, was kind of like pushing away Beyblades. This special move is kind of like sucking Beyblades into your vortex, and what he does in this vortex is that he goes towards the wall close enough that whenever the vortex spins, Chozy Achilles hits the wall and loses stamina. And I just thought that was super smart. I thought that was super creative. Kitt is just like amazing with these special moves. But of course, Aiga and Z Achilles, or Chozy Achilles, like I said earlier in this video, being the BS characters that they are able to kind of like will their way through his special move and kind of just get out of it. And after that, of course, Aiga powers up, uses Chozy Achilles' special move, Zeta Slash, but of course, Kitt also powers up, and we get a glimpse of Air Knight's avatar. And honestly, I kind of like Air Knight's avatar. I like how he has two swords. I think it's really cool, and I like how his wings are very like elegant. It's a very pretty avatar. I know that's not the most like you don't want your Beyblade to be pretty, but it looks really nice. It looks really elegant, and that's very fitting of Air Knight because Air Knight is a very elegant Beyblade. It just kind of floats in the air. Anyway, so yeah, of course they both go at it. Aiga uses Z Buster, expecting to just slash through Air Knight, but the thing is, Kitt is a very smart blader. Instead of going directly at Chozy Achilles, making this giant clash, what Kitt does is he tells Air Knight to try to float in the air to try to avoid Chozy Achilles. So what happens is Air Knight tries to avoid Chozy Achilles by flying in the air, but Chozy Achilles is still a very fast Beyblade and is able to kind of nick Air Knight, making it go off balance and into the air. So yeah, but because Air Knight kind of avoided Chozy Achilles' full-on attack, Chozy Achilles hits the wall, and they both go flying out of the stadium. But Air Knight uses his special move. Because Air Knight's shaped like a fan, he's able to glide in the air a bit longer than Chozy Achilles, and Chozy Achilles does hit the ground before Air Knight, giving a point to Kitt. So yeah, Kitt ends up winning the battle, which is really cool because Kitt kind of won the battle through brains. He wasn't more powerful than Aiga per se, but his special moves were amazing, and the way he used Air Knight was really cool. So yeah, that's basically where this episode ends off. It just ends off with Air Knight and Kitt Lopez winning, and Kitt Lopez kind of goes on an airplane, flies back to BC Soul or whatever. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. Overall, I think this episode was pretty cool. I really like this episode. Let's just get into the battles, though. The only battle I think that happened this episode was between Kitt and Aiga. So, of course, Air Knight and Chozy Achilles. So yeah, let's go. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just go to the stadium and let's reenact that battle. Alright, so we're at the stadium. Of course, I have Chozy Achilles and Air Knight. We're just gonna do a few battles between these two, and I'm gonna put Chozy Achilles on the smallest mode possible first, because of course, that's what it was like in the anime. We're trying to make this as anime accurate as possible. Honestly, I'm not very good at making it anime accurate. I'm not sure how anime accurate this reenactment is gonna be, because I wish Air Knight would just fly in the air and stay in the air for like 10 seconds, but that's just not how physics work. Like, if you have metal on a small spinning top. It's not just gonna fly like that, although that'd be like really cool. Anyway, let's just do this. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Let's see if Air Knight might win. I hope Air Knight will win. That'd be like oh my god. Alright, so not very anime accurate. Looks like Chozy Achilles is going to destroy Air Knight in that first battle. Let's try that one more time. There's Air Knight. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Chozy Achilles. Alright, overall, oh my goodness. It's just like, that's the thing I love about Beyblades, is that you see these, spinning tops in the anime, and you think they look so cool, you're like, oh my gosh, those look amazing, but then you can buy them in real life, and they're kind of like, I don't know, they're kind of like anime figures that you can play with and spin. I find that like super interesting. I think that's the main reason why I got into Beyblades, although it wasn't really like that back when I was a kid. Back when I was a kid, you see these like amazingly awesome Beyblades, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, and you go to like Target, and you buy it, and it wouldn't even have the same parts, and you'd be like, what the heck, why isn't the same thing as in the show? And it's because Hasbro sucks and you didn't buy the authentic Takara Tomy product. But now that I'm older, I can just buy the amazing TT Japan stuff, alright? Okay, let me do one more battle between these two before I end off the video. 3, 2, 1. Air Knight. 3, 2, 1, go. Chozy Achilles. And there goes Chozy Achilles. Alright, that was pretty anime accurate. Air Knight was using its like wind powers or something and blew Chozy Achilles out of the stadium. Actually, I said that was gonna be the last battle. I'm gonna do one more just because I forgot to Aiga changed the mode on Chozy Achilles' driver at the end of the battle. Like the last battle, I changed it to its tallest mode without the rubber being shown. So actually, I'm gonna do one more battle with that. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, shoot. Air Knight. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Chozy Achilles. Look how tall Chozy Achilles is. Oh my goodness. Oh, Chozy Achilles didn't get a stadium out. That was crazy. I thought he like pocket hopped there. Alright, and Chozy Achilles managed to win that. Not very anime accurate, but yeah, that was my episode review / reenactment of the Beyblade Burst Turbo episode 40 anime episode thingamablobber. Also, we did get a really cool theme song in this episode. We kind of got like an updated version of the theme song where it's like Vault gets more showtime, Shu gets more showtime, Free gets more showtime. You actually see Kitt in this theme song, and it's really cool. I might do a video on that in the future, so look forward to that. Anyway, see you guys later. Have a nice day. LeftBurst out.